This is your official invitation to come study breathwork with me in October. Now, if you are a wellness professional, meaning that you are a therapist, a nurse, a coach, a healer, a doula, somebody who is in the healing arts and your job is to help people, come learn breathwork. Now, breathwork is the #1 somatic healing tool that is available to all of us as people. And it is what regulates our emotions, our nervous systems, and also helps us heal through things from our past. So if you're helping people work through perfectionism or limiting beliefs or anxiety, depression, inner child, reparenting themselves, and doing a lot of the work that you do as helping professionals, breathwork is the key that helps you get right to that. Now, in my flow breathwork methodology, what we work with is a system that allows you to be able to get predictable results for your clients. We use my 4R protocol, which is learning how to raise emotions into the body, learning how to recognize those emotions, learning how to release those emotions, and then learning how to regulate the nervous system and the emotional body. So for a lot of folks who are mind-based and cognitive-based, and a lot of people who are your clients, they're overthinkers, they're intellectualizers, so they're often in the mind, but also often disconnected from the physical body. So what breathwork allows you to do is be able to work through healing in a psychosomatic way, meaning that you're connecting the mind and the body together and then figuring out what that relationship is. And sometimes we're just stuck in the mind, but the mind can only heal what the mind conceives, and the rest of it is actually healed in the physical body. So as you're in this practice, what you're going to learn is how to develop your skill sets to be able to work with clients in a real way. So we love, like breathwork, nervous system regulation. We love like the buzzwords, but what I'm teaching you inside Flow Breathwork Facilitator Training is to get proven and predictable results for your clients. So what does this mean? We're studying the indigenous roots of breathwork. We're learning about the nervous system. We're learning about emotions. We're learning about energy sciences. We're learning about elements, and we're studying all of this from the lens of wisdom traditions. And what I mean by wisdom traditions is that healing and somatic healing aren't these like new things that we're experiencing in our culture. These are things that have been spoken and studied and written about in so many different cultures, and specifically indigenous cultures, like Ayurveda, in yoga, in martial arts, a lot of Buddhist philosophies, a lot of Eastern philosophies really talked about the mind-body connection already. So we're borrowing from wisdom traditions and putting it into this modern methodology that allows you to use the mind-body information in a way that's going to make sense for you in the application that you have. So what does that look like in a therapy office? What does that look like in your social work? What does that look like as a healer? What does that look like as a coach? What does that look like as a nurse or a doula? And to be able to apply this work in different contexts. Now, what I support you in doing inside of a breathwork facilitator training is I'm supporting you to develop your own voice as a facilitator. So even though I'm giving you a methodology, and even though this is a proven and predictable methodology inside the program, you're also being encouraged to build your own confidence and build your own voice, and to learn about what is your presentation of your work. And especially if you're from a marginalized, underserved, or underrepresented community, your work is going to look so different than anybody else's work. And the way and the context of how you bring your work to your people is also slightly different. So as we work with you through practice pods, where you're actually practicing this craft, you're not just like learning about it from like the internet, you're practicing this with other people who are also devoted to the craft. You're doing this with mentorship from myself and also Flow Breathwork mentors who are inside the program. You're doing this with other people who are just as committed to this type of work as you are. Now, this type of work is not for everybody, and I'll be straight up with that. It is for the people who are willing to do the work, the inner work that it takes to become the caliber of a facilitator that we create inside this program. So it's not just about learning the things so that you could do things for other people, but also learning how to do it for yourself so that you are an embodiment of that work. So we're not just learning stuff up here, we're learning to put things into practice. We're integrating the energy of the knowing inside of our physical body energetically. My personal experience is as a researcher, and I'm also a 13th generation mystery holistic. And the reason I created something like this is because it didn't exist before. I wanted to study from a wisdom tradition perspective. I wanted to study under a BIPOC lens. I wanted the indigenous roots of these practices. I wanted the science, and my scientist brain was always itching. So like, why does this happen? Why does that happen? And nothing like this existed in a structured form of study. So what I've really worked hard to do over the last few years is to create this super concise methodology that allows you to take the guesswork out of it. So this type of study from such an integrative lens, from a wisdom tradition perspective, from a BIPOC perspective, with considerations of all the different lineages that we're honoring in this practice, I'm inviting you to come study with me inside Flow Breathwork Facilitator Training. Now you can find all the details about enrollment at www.flowbreathworktraining.com, and I'll also leave you some links in the descriptions and whatnot so that you can actually get on a call with us to see if this is the right fit for you. And why I'd love it for it to be an aligned fit for you, it means that both of us can do our best work. It allows me to be in my gifts and in my purpose of being able to support facilitators being at the highest caliber as they can be. And it supports you in being able to see yourself in the gifts that you want to bring out and share with the world as well. So it's a win-win for both of us. And our community is amazing because we're supportive, we're friends, there's like collaborations happening. People are going to different amusement parks together, they're launching businesses, they're creating programs, and they're doing so many beautiful, amazing things with the connections that are built in this community that is not found anywhere else. So friends, if you are interested, go ahead and head to www.flowbreathworktraining.com, and I will see you on the inside. And just remember, the world is your playground. And until next time, I will catch you soon.